Hello, and welcome to the YMCA San Francisco's Classroom for All. My name is Justin, and today we are going to be learning about multiplication. So feel free to follow along with me, or you can just try this on your own later. So let's go ahead and get started. So as I just said, we're going to be learning about multiplication today. I'm going to show you 3 different ways to look at multiplication: stacked, box, and picture. You don't need to memorize every single way. I just want to help you build a better understanding of multiplication by building some background behind how multiplication works. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with stacked multiplication. Stacked multiplication is probably something that you are most comfortable with and have probably seen before. I think it's the most effective version of multiplication. Definitely something that you should learn. Okay, so we're going to start with our number, or our problem, 21 times 7. So right now we can't do stacked multiplication in the form that it's in, so let's go ahead and stack our numbers. So I'm going to go 21. Something very important, you have to line up your numbers by place value. So 21, the 1 is in the ones place, and the 7 is also in the ones place. So the 7 is going to go underneath the 1. And there we go. Stacked multiplication problem is set up. And now we're ready to multiply. Stacked multiplication is as easy as multiplying up. So 7 times 1, 7. 7 times 2 is 14. So our answer is 21 times 7 is going to equal 147. Simple as that. But there are some special exceptions to how we did it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. Let's do 21 again. I like that number. And let's go, just kidding, let's go 25. And let's go 17 on the bottom. Okay. So stacked multiplication problem is set up again. We have the numbers in the 1 place value lined up, and the numbers in the 10 place value lined up also. So we look good to go. When we have double digits or higher in the bottom, there's going to be a second step to our multiplication, but I'll show you once we get there. So our problem is going to start just like the one before it. We're going to multiply up. So 7 times 5 is going to be 35. So we're going to put a 5 in the bottom, and we're going to put a 3 on top of the tens place. So that's just going to sit up there until we need it, but we'll just not touch it for right now. 7 times 2 is going to be 14, but we're going to add the 3 on top of the 14, which will make it 17. Okay, so on our first row we have 175, but now we need to multiply the 1 times the 5 and the 1 times the 2. So I'm going to add a 0, cross out our 3 because we already used it, and just multiply. So 1 times 5 is going to be 5. 1 times 2 is going to be 2. And finally, we just need to add up our problem. 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is going to be 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 again is 4. Our answer is going to be 425. So that's how you do stacked multiplication. Like I said, I do think it's the most useful method to multiply. It's also the quickest. So definitely practice that one. You're going to use it a lot. But let's go ahead and move on to our box multiplication. So box multiplication is also another effective method for doing multiplication. It might not be as fast as stacked, but I do think that it's helpful in its own way. It'll make sense once we get there. So for this, let's do 27, and we'll do 56. Okay, 27 times 56 is going to be our problem. So let's go ahead and set up our box. I'm going to do it in a different color so that we can see it better. Okay. So I just made a box and then split it into 4 by just putting a big old cross in the middle. So what we need to do now is we need to break apart our numbers into something that's a little bit more manageable. So we're going to break them apart into place value. So 27 is going to turn into 20 and 7. So see, we just removed the 20 over here and the 7 down here. 56 is going to turn into 50 and 6. Okay, so what we did is we broke apart our numbers into their parts by place value. So the 20 got removed and the 7 got removed, 50 got removed and the 6 got removed. So what we're going to do now is put our broken up numbers onto our box. We're going to try and keep numbers from the same group on the same side. So I'm going to put 20 and 7 on one side. Go ahead and erase it now. And I'm going to put 50 and 6 on the other side. Go ahead and erase that. Okay. So now our box multiplication box is set up. And what we're going to do now is multiply in a special method. I'll show you how. I do think visually it makes more sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for this box right here, is going to be the sum, the product. So it's going to be the multiplication solution of 50 and 20. So 50 times 20 is going to be 1,000. Okay, so this first box is worth 1,000. What we're going to do next is solve for this box, and that's going to be 50 times 7. So 50 times 7 is going to be 350. The way I can multiply these so quick is because when I look at 7 times 50, I cover up the 0, and I go 7 times 5, which is 35, and then I just add a 0 on the end. Same can be done with 20 and 6. So 6 times 2 is going to be 12. And then you just add the 0 on the end. 6 times 20 is 120. And for this final box, we're going to go 6 times 7, which is 42. So now that we've multiplied all of our parts and put them in our boxes, what we do, all we need to do now is add them all up. So let's go 42, 120, 350, and 1,000. Okay, 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 5 is 11, carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 3 is 5, and 1 plus nothing is going to be 1. So our answer is 1,512, and that is the box multiplication method. I know that it takes a little bit of time, but I do think that it is a useful tool to use if stacked multiplication isn't your favorite. Cross off our box method, and we're going to go on to our picture method. Our picture method probably doesn't want to be used every single time we come into a multiplication problem, but I think that by looking at a multiplication problem as a picture, it'll help us better understand it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Seven times 4. So if we want to turn 7 times 4 into a picture, the way I like to look at it is that we have 7 groups of 4. So let me show you how to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So here are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My 7 groups of 4. So each dot represents 1, and here are my 7 groups. If we count up all the dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. It'll give us our answer of 28. So that is how you would solve it by a picture. It definitely takes the longest, but I do think it's a good way to think about multiplication. Instead of memorizing that 7 times 4 equals 28, maybe it'll be easier to picture 4 groups of 7 or 7 groups of 4. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 groups of 4. Let me go ahead and I'll do 4 groups of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. So that's only 3 groups. Let me do one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here's 4 groups of 7. Let me go ahead and count it up, so bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So just like our 7 groups of 4, 4 groups of 7 is going to equal 28 also. So that's just another way to look at multiplication, and hopefully that helps you better understand the concept of it. But I think that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for watching. Today we covered multiplication, we talked about stacked multiplication, box multiplication, and we even solved multiplication using pictures. So once again, thank you for joining me. For more fun videos, please join us at YMCASF.org/classrooms4all for a ton more classes. Thank you.
Did you know that YMCA of San Francisco never closed? When shelter-in-place happened, we could no longer provide in-person programming. We quickly shifted to provide youth and family programming virtually. As early as April, we started providing on-demand activities in our YMCA of San Francisco YouTube channel.
For this video, we're going to be making a geodesic dome.
Today, we're going to be making a hovercraft. The science around this activity is really awesome.
In addition, we have a regular schedule of activities for our youth and families to join live. We feature read-alouds, yoga, family Zumba, arts and crafts, drawing clubs, and more. So don't miss out on our virtual youth and family offerings. Visit www.ymcasf.org for more info and class schedules.